Good morning, students. Next topic, electrochemical principle of metallurgy. Similar to thermodynamic principle, electrochemical principle also used in metallurgical process. Where it is used, reduction of oxides of active metals like sodium, potassium are not possible. Reduction of oxides of active metals by carbon is not possible. Such metals extracted from their ores by using electrochemical method. So, where it is used, where electrochemical principle use means reduction of oxides of active metals like sodium, potassium is not reduced by carbon. So, thermodynamically it is not possible. Such metals are extracted by using electrochemical methods. In this technique, the metal salts are taken in the fused form or in solution form. The metal ion present can be reduced by treating it with some suitable reducing agent or by electrolysis. Gibbs free energy change for the electrolysis is given by, so Gibbs free energy means G. So, delta G naught is equal to minus NFE. Here N means number of electrons, F means Faraday, E naught means electrode potential. G means Gibbs free energy, N means number of electrons, F means Faraday, E means electrode potential of the redox couple. So, one reaction is given with explanation. E naught is positive, E naught is positive, then delta G is negative. So, in this equation, if E naught is positive value means minus into plus is equal to minus only, that is delta G value is equal to negative only. Delta G negative means spontaneous. Delta G negative means spontaneous. So, E naught is positive, delta G value negative, E naught is positive means minus into plus, that is equal to minus. So, delta G value negative, the reduction is spontaneous. Delta G value negative means spontaneous. In 11th standard we learned delta G is less than 0 means that process is spontaneous. So, E naught positive means delta G negative, delta G negative means that is spontaneous. So, the redox reaction is planned in such a way that EMF of the net redox reaction is positive. When a more reactive metal is added to the solution containing relatively less electropositive metal ions. So, the more reactive metal goes into the solution. For explaining that, two examples are given. For understanding these two equations, you must know one concept, that is Ag, Cu and zinc. Ag means silver, Cu means copper, Zn means zinc. Here that Ag is least reactive, zinc is more reactive. See this reaction, copper is reacted with Ag plus. Which one is least reactive? This is least reactive, this is more reactive. So, more reactive ion goes into the solution, that is this copper losing electron and converted into Cu2 plus. That silver Ag plus gained that electrons and it's converted to Ag. Like that, in second reaction, this is least reactive, this is more reactive. More reactive metal goes into the solution, that is that more reactive zinc losing electron and converted into Zn2 plus. That least reactive metal gained that electrons and converted into Cu. That only given here. More reactive metal is added to the solution. This is more reactive metal, this is more reactive metal. More reactive metal is added to the solution containing less reactive metal ion. This is less reactive metal ion and this is less reactive metal ion. If both are mixed means more reactive metal will goes into the solution, that means it is converted into charged ions. Here this copper is converted into Cu2 plus, here that zinc is converted into Zn2 plus. So more reactive metal will go into the solution. For explaining that, two reactions are given. So electrochemical principle of metallurgy, like thermodynamic principle, electrochemical principle also used in metallurgical process. Where it is used, reduction of oxides of active metals like sodium, potassium, that is not reduced by carbon, so that is thermodynamically not feasible. Such metals are extracted from the ores by using electrochemical method. Such metal oxides can be reduced by using electrochemical method. In this technique, metal salts are usually taken in the form of fused form or solution form. Metal ion present can be reduced by treating with some suitable reducing agent or by electrolysis. That metal ion can be reduced by electrolysis or by suitable reducing agent. Two possibilities are there. So here that electrochemical principle, that is Gibbs free energy, it is based on Gibbs free energy, that is delta G naught is equal to minus NFE. One equation is given. Here G means free energy, we know, delta means change, G means free energy, delta G means change in free energy, that is free energy change. That naught symbol means standard condition, and N means number of unpaired number of electrons, F means Faraday, E means electrode potential. In this equation, in delta G is equal to minus NFE, in delta G is equal to minus NFE, if E naught value is negative means, if E naught value positive means, here already minus is there, minus NFE, minus into plus, totally you will get minus. So delta G value negative means, that is indicates spontaneous. That means that reaction is possible. E naught positive, delta G negative, that reduction is spontaneous. So for that, the EMF of the net redox reaction, EMF should be positive. The EMF should be positive. When the EMF should be EMF positive, when more reactive metal is added to the solution containing less reactive metal. When more reactive metal, like here zinc, here copper, more reactive metal is added to the solution containing less reactive metal ion. These are less reactive metal ion. More reactive metal reacted with less reactive metal ion. More reactive metal react with less reactive metal ion. what will happen? The more reactive metal will go into the solution. That means this more reactive metal is converted into ions. This more reactive metal is converted into ions. Based on that, one more process is given, that is Hall-Heroult process. Here extractions of aluminum takes place by using electrochemical principle. Next topic, extractions of aluminum. Electrochemical extractions of aluminum. Hall-Heroult process. Hall-Heroult process. In this method, electrolysis is carried out in an iron tank lined with carbon, which act as a cathode. So here cathode is iron tank coated with carbon. The carbon blocks immersed in electrolyte act as anode. Carbon rod immersed in electrolyte act as a anode. So 3 points are given here: cathode, anode, electrolyte. Cathode, iron tank with the carbon, anode, carbon rod, electrolyte, calcium chloride, alumina and cryolite. This calcium chloride helps to reduce the melting point of the mixture. So calcium chloride helps to lower the melting point of the mixture. Temperature 1270 Kelvin. This is apparatus setup for Hall-Heroult process. In this reaction, extractions of aluminum takes place from alumina, that is Al2O3. This Al2O3, if it is ionized, means charge separation takes place. Already you know, for each oxygen the charge is -2. So totally how many oxygens are there? 3 oxygen. For each oxygen -2, so 3 oxygen means totally -6. -6 means for positive part +6. For 2 aluminum +6 means for each aluminum +6, sorry, +3. For 2 aluminum +6 means for each aluminum +3. So if this Al2O3 is ionized, means it will give 2Al3 plus 3O2 minus. That 2Al3 plus gained 3 electrons and converted into aluminum, because usually at anode oxidation takes place, at cathode reduction takes place. Oxidation means losing electron, cathode means gaining electron. So reaction at the cathode, that is gaining electron takes place, that is reduction takes place. So Al3 plus gaining 3 electron means it is converted to Al. See the charge of aluminum here +3, here charge is 0, that is charge is reduced to +3 to 0, charge decreases means that is called as reduction. So here reduction takes place, here oxidation takes place. See, charge is increases, here the charge of the oxygen is -2, here the charge of the oxygen is 0. So charge is increased from -2 to 0, charge increases means that is called as oxidation. So here that 2O2 minus gives O2 plus 3 electron. So overall reaction is given 4Al3 plus react with 6O2 minus, that is both are obtained from Al2O3, and reaction with carbon, because here carbon act as a anode. So this reaction takes place, this Al3 plus converted into Al, and this carbon take this oxygen, means carbon dioxide is formed. So in your book, electrochemical extractions of aluminum Hall Herold process is given. Here electrolysis is carried out in an iron tank lined with carbon, which act as a cathode. 3 points are important. First one, cathode. So cathode is iron tank lined with carbon. So if this is the iron tank, means it is lined with carbon, that is called as cathode. Carbon blocks immersed in electrolyte. Here carbon blocks immersed in electrolyte, which act as a anode. So cathode, anode. So this is the second point. Cathode is iron tank lined with carbon, anode is carbon blocks immersed in the electrolyte. Third one, electrolytic solution. Third one, electrolytic solution. %20 solution of alumina obtained from bauxite ore is mixed with cryolite, is taken in a electrolysis chamber, and 10% of calcium chloride is also added. First one, alumina, cryolite and calcium chloride. Alumina, cryolite, calcium chloride. This is electrolytic solution. This is the third point. Here calcium chloride is helps to lowering the melting point. The fused mixture is maintained at a temperature of about 1270 Kelvin. The chemical reactions involved in this process. So cathode, iron tank with lined with carbon, anode, carbon blocks immersed in electrolyte. Third point, electrolytic solution, alumina, cryolite and calcium chloride. This mixture is taken in electrolyte solution. This mixture taken as a electrolytic solution. Here calcium chloride is added because of it helps to reduce the melting point, and the temperature maintained here 1270 Kelvin. So above this temperature the fused mixture is maintained at a temperature above 1270 Kelvin. So chemical reactions involved in this process, alumina, ionization means charge separation takes place. Ionization means charge separation takes place. So it is splitted into plus and minus. For each oxygen -2, so totally 3 oxygen means totally -6. Here -6 means here +6. For 2 aluminium +6 means for each aluminium +3 charge. Like that for each oxygen -2 charge. Reaction at cathode, reactions at cathode and anode. Usually at anode oxidation takes place, usually at cathode reduction takes place. Oxidation means losing electron, reduction means gaining electron. See here, aluminum 3 plus gaining electron and converted to aluminum. Aluminum 3 plus means deficient, 3 plus means 3 electron deficient. For each aluminum 3 electron deficient. So, totally 2 aluminum means 6 electron deficient. So, it gained 6 electron and converted into aluminum. At anode, oxidation takes place, that is losing electron. Oxygen minus means excess, 2 minus means 2 electron excess. For each oxygens having 2 electron excess, for each oxygens having 2 electron excess, totally how many oxygens are there? 6 oxygens are there. For each oxygen 2 electron excess, so totally 6 oxygen means 12 electron excess. So, it loses 12 electron and converted into 3O2. Carbon act as a anode. So, following reaction takes place. So, carbon act as a anode. So, following reaction takes place, that is carbon react with oxygen means it forms carbon monoxide. If carbon react with 2 oxygen means it forms carbon dioxide. Two possible products are formed here, one is carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide. Due to the above two reactions, anodes are slowly consumed. Anode means carbon slowly consumed during the electrolysis. So, pure aluminum is formed at the cathode and settle at the bottom. Pure aluminum is formed at the cathode and settle at the bottom. The net electrolysis reaction can be written as follows, that is 4Al3 plus is converted into 4Al. This carbon take this oxygen means it forms carbon dioxide. So, this is the overall reaction. So, in Hall-Hérold process, the name of this process is Hall-Hérold process. So, by using in this process, extractions of aluminum takes place from alumina, that is bauxite. Here 3 points are very important: cathode, anode, electrolyte. Cathode means iron tank with coated with carbon, that is black shaded part. Anode means carbon rod, that is this part. Electrolyte, that is this solution contains these 3: calcium chloride, alumina, cryolite. Calcium chloride is added for reducing the melting point of this mixture and 1270 Kelvin temperature is maintained. During this reaction, ionization takes place. So, ionization of alumina, that is Al2O3 produce Al3 plus and 3O2 minus. At anode, oxidation takes place, that is O2 minus losing electron and converted into O2. At cathode, reduction takes place, reduction means gaining electron. So, Al3 plus gaining 3 electron and deposited as a aluminum, converted into aluminum. So, combining these reactions means you will get Al3 plus is converted into Al, and this carbon take this oxygen means it forms carbon dioxide. Hall-Hérold process over. Next topic, refining process. This is the 3 steps, third step involved in the metallurgical process. I already explained totally 3 steps are involved in the metallurgical process. First one is conversion of concentration of ore. Second one, extractions of crude metal. Third point, refining of crude metal. So, now today we are going to learn this third step only. refining process only. Already we are finished two steps, concentration of ore and extractions of crude metal. In concentration of ore, gravity separation, in concentration of ore, gravity separation, flotation process, leaching process and magnetic separation. 4 process we learned. In second point, extractions of crude metal, 2 headings we learned. One is conversion of ore into metal oxide. In that we learned roasting and calcination. 2 points we learned, and conversion of metal oxide, that is reduction of metal oxide into metal. In that so many reduction method we learned, that is smelting, reduction by carbon, reduction by hydrogen and auto reduction and reduction by metal, like that. So many headings we learn in second point, and Ellingham diagram also we learn for reduction of metal oxide into metal. So refining process, generally the metal extracted from its ore contains some impurities such as oxide ore, other metal, non-metal. Removal of such impurities associated with the crude metal is called as refining process. So refining process means removal of impurities. In these headings some methods are given. First one, distillation. Second one, liquefaction. Third one, electrolytic refining. Fourth one, zone refining. Fifth one, vapor phase method. So totally 5 methods are given. First method, distillation. This method is employed for low boiling volatile metals like zinc and mercury. This method is employed for low boiling volatile liquids. What do you mean by volatile metals? What do you mean by volatile? Volatile means it can easily converted into vapor. So this method is employed for low boiling volatile metal like zinc, boiling point 1180 Kelvin and mercury 630 Kelvin. In this method, impure metal is heated. Impure metal is taken in this container and is started to heating. If we are heating that metal, mean it is started to evaporate and the vapors are condensed to get here pure metal. Simply we are heating the metal. These metals are low boiling liquids, low boiling metal, so it can easily convert it into vapor. That vapors are cooled means we will get pure metal, that's all. This is distillation process. See this picture, we are taking metal here only. If we are started to heating means these metals are started to convert it into vapor, and the vapor here condensed, that is cooling, means here water entered and here outlet for water. So the inside of the tube vapor is going means, vapor of the metal is going means that vapor is suddenly cooled and converted into liquid. That liquid can be collected in the separate container. So that is called as distillation process. Liquefaction process. Liquefaction process is applicable, that is this method is applicable to remove the impurities with high melting point, and pure metals having low melting point. So this method is used to remove impurities with high melting point from pure metal with low melting point. This crude metal is heated to form a fusible liquid and allowed to flow on a sloping surface. This is sloping surface. Low melting point liquid, if we are heating here means, if we are heating in this place means, this crude metal is started to melting. Pure metal having low melting point, so it is easily converted to into liquid. So only the name of this process is liquefaction. Impurities having high melting point, so it will not convert it into liquid. So the molten pure metal flows down and the impurities are left behind. Impurities are left behind. The molten metal is collected and solidified. That is given in your book. This method is employed to remove the impurities with high melting point having relatively low melting point, such as, so metals having low melting point, impurities having high melting point. By using this method we can separate these two. Mercury, bismuth, some examples. These are the examples. In this process the crude metal is started to heating, then it will convert it into liquid. It will allow to flow on a sloping surface. The impure metal on the sloping earth of a reverberatory furnace and it is heated just above the melting point of the metal. Because metals having low melting point, here we are heated just above the melting point of the metal means in absence of air the molten pure metal flows down as a liquid. Impurities are having high melting point, so it won't convert into liquid, so it won't convert into liquid state, so impurities are left behind. The molten metal is collected and solidified, so this is liquefaction process. Third topic in refining process, electrolytic refining. Like Hall Hérold process, here also 3 points are very important: anode, cathode, electrolyte. Anode, impure metal; cathode, pure metal; electrolyte, salt plus acid, that is aqueous solution of the salt of the metal. Usually salt plus acid is given here. So anode means impure metal generally, cathode means pure metal, electrolyte the salt of the metal, and acid. The metal which want to refine, it will come from anode to cathode through the electrolyte. Metal which want to refine, example, this is anode and this is cathode. Cathode is a pure metal, anode is a impure metal. The metal want to refine, that is here copper, it will come from anode to cathode through the electrolyte. During electrolysis, the less electropositive impurities settle at the bottom of the container. These are called as anode mud. During electrolysis, the less electropositive impurities settles at the bottom of the container here, that is called as anode mud. So below the anode it is settled as a impurities, so that is called as anode mud. For understanding that, one example is given, electrolytic refining of copper. Here also 3 points only given, cathode, anode, electrolyte. Usually anode impure metal, so here extractions of silver, electrolytic refining of silver, so for anode impure silver is taken. Generally for cathode pure metal, here pure silver is taken. For electrolyte solution, salt plus acid acidified with salt is silver nitrate, that is AgNO3. Already you know, at anode oxidation takes place. Oxidation means losing electron. At cathode reduction takes place. Reduction means gaining electron. So silver losing one electron and converted into Ag plus. That Ag plus gaining one electron and converted into Ag. So anode means impure metal. In that impure metal, only silver only converted into, dissolved into Ag plus to electrolyte solution. From electrolyte solution, the Ag plus is converted into Ag.